All right, let's kill that. Enough of that. That didn't switch off like it was supposed to. They changed the format of this. It's been a real pain in the ass. I liked it the old way better. But anyway, welcome to MyMegoLike, which was the name of the old room that we don't really do anymore on Facebook. Now it's called The Toys We Love. Yes. Let's show that up there. There you go. The Toys We Love. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. A couple things I want to say. Before we get started, first of all, happy Sunday. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. Don't forget to check out some of our friends. We have the Roth Files podcast by my friend Rosie Somerville. That's WROTH. Very, very awesome. Reminds me of kind of the old Twilight Zone days, if you will. We have Open by Chance, Vintage Toys by David Eon and LPH. We have 5150. That's on YouTube. We have 5150 Toys on YouTube. That is by the main man, the Sausage King of Chicago, Brian Sanchez. Yes, Brian Sanchez. And there's quite a few other people up there that have some pages. And if you go to our Facebook group and you join the Toys We Love, you can see awesome streamers like Mr. Maximus Batman. Oh my God, I can't even do this. Maximus Batman Overnighter. There we go. And he does some really good stuff. He's a huge Batman collector. But I was out at Target yesterday, had a couple hours to myself, about an hour and a half. I was kind of excited. I'm going to show you guys a couple things and tell you some of the things that I found, which were even better. Some of the stuff that was on sale and so on. Let me start off the simple stuff. I was at Dollar Tree, and as I'm already checked out and leaving through the line of my local Dollar Tree, I was like, oh, look at that. Yes, it's just a bag, but that's some old school classic. Spider-Man, Iron Man, Black Falcon, Black Widow. They've got Doctor Strange on there, Hulk, Captain America, Thor, and Black Panther. I was like, fuck it. For $1.50, I will buy this. It'll go up in the Hall of Heroes. And of course, one of my favorites of all times, the All-American Superman. Classic hero, yes. They're just bags, but we will be hanging them in the room. All right, let's go on and see what else. All right, so as I was going through the store, there's a section in my Target, I assume they're all the same, where it's kind of like the Disney section, and it's Star Wars and Marvel and so on, in addition to the regular toy aisle. It's not the cheapest section, I can tell you that, but sometimes they have some cool stuff. They had a lot of Star Wars figures and Star Wars related items that were on sale anywhere between 30 and 70% off, which was pretty cool. But this I found, and I don't see a ton of Fantastic Four toys anymore. This one's actually from the movie because you actually have Pedro Pascal. That's actually his likeness. You can see him here. I thought this was a pretty cool set. The box is kind of neat. It's got a cool shape to it. You've got, let's see, we've got, who else is in here? Oh, Herbie's in here, the robot, the Invisible Girl, and I guess Franklin the baby. Not so keen on the baby. I'm not sure about that, but I thought the rest of the figures were pretty cool. And I thought the box was pretty cool. They made it look in that old school kind of vintage like they did the movie, which I thought was great. This was, I think, $32.99. I did not realize that when I picked it up. It's a little expensive. However, there are some things that I did come across I was very excited about. This, by chance, just looking. I've been looking for the Hot Wheels Batboat in the single blister card. I haven't found one yet. I'm sure they're out there. I could probably go to eBay. But this happened to be sitting right on the front of the Hot Wheels shelf, and I think it was $3.99. It's 18-wheeler. It's got all of your, basically, I guess it's your Justice League is on there. Am I correct? Which is interesting. When I rang it up, let's see. It's got Aquaman, Green Lantern. Looks like the Hal Jordan one, if I got that right. We've got Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, The Flash, and I forget that I can't think of that last guy down there, the half robot guy. I don't really watch that so much. Batman, Superman, and so on. They're very cool. I forgot what his name is, but regardless, I don't read the comic books. I thought that was quite cool. I was excited to pick that up and put that up in the Hall of Heroes as well. All right, so here's where I kind of got excited. The last month or so, I kind of got hooked a little bit in all that Stranger Things hype. I've never seen the show. I know it's pretty much they put a lot of it around Dungeons and Dragons and so on, and that kind of revived the game, which is great for me because as a kid I loved that. I was into painting all those metal miniatures, which I still have pretty much most of them, not all of them. There's a box somewhere that I cannot find, and I hope it didn't get thrown away. But in any case, I have a bunch of them. I still have the display case, which is an old painter's box or printer's box that my mother got me ages ago. And they display inside of that on the wall on the way into the Toy Room of Solitude. So I was like, oh, these are pretty cool, and then I see they started making these Masters in the Universe He-Man figures that crossed over, mixed with Stranger Things. Again, I haven't watched Stranger Things. I got rid of Netflix. I probably should have watched it. And apparently, I don't know the end. I'm not going to say anything, but apparently it wasn't what everybody wanted in the end, but the beginning was good. So maybe I'll go back and watch it. So I kind of got hooked because I saw the figure, which was, Jesus Christ, who was it? Was it Skeletor? No, it was, I can't think of who it was. Shit, do I have it over here somewhere? I can't even remember. I put them somewhere and I don't know where they are. But I was one they were here somewhere. What the hell I did with them? In any case, I thought the figure was really, really cool. Was it the Horde or whatever? Anyway, it was really cool. So I bought that. It was current. Then I went to eBay and bought the Skeletor one. Now I'm going to go look for the He-Man one and probably buy that as well. I was quite excited about it. And in doing so, and having some friends that are really into Masters of the Universe and going to a local comic shop, one of the ones I love to visit is the Toy and Comic Spot, or In the Ring Collectibles, which is in Brick, New Jersey, right across from my daughter goes to her center on Saturdays. And Kevin's awesome. His wife are just two phenomenal people, really good people. And so I started seeing they have all this Masters of the Universe stuff. Well, one, I don't have the room, and I am probably going to be rearranging the Toy Room of Solitude at some point. It is going to be a massive undertaking. If you haven't seen it, there's videos where I do walkthroughs. You can go to our Facebook group. You can see it's not a warehouse, but there's enough shit in here to keep you busy for months. So I don't really have the room, but I did buy a couple of them, and then I've been buying, as gifts, some figures for some friends and stuff for Christmas and so on. And then I saw these, and I said, I'm not going to buy these. I told my friends, like, oh yeah, they're doing this crossover between Masters of the Universe and the Transformers. I love the Transformers. I was a little bit out of toys or the age when He-Man came around, so I didn't really get into it. Saw a little bit of the cartoon. I know what it's about, but I don't know all the characters so on. But then I saw up on the shelf at Target that the $32.99 Skeletor / Megatron figure was $9.99, or maybe it said 13. No, I think it said $13.79. I was like, oh, that's quite a sale. So I picked it up. I said, well, fuck it. If I get one, I might as well get the rest. So then I saw I'll get the He-Man one. And then I saw they had the Man-at-Arms one. Then I saw they had the Scareglow figure. Now, that is the one character. I don't collect He-Man, but that is the one character I think I love is the Scareglow figure. I don't have the original one. I don't have the re-release of it and the, look like the original format, but I have the other version. It's kind of like a more, I call it a more adult version. It's less cartoony, a little more horrific. And I have a lot of the Mega Blocks He-Man stuff and the really micro figures. I don't know why. They're just cool. So anyway, while I was at the store, I saw these and I was picking them up and I saw this. I said, oh, wow, this $32.99. It's Skeletor as Megatron, which I thought was pretty cool. And then I said, I don't know if he glows. I think his face might glow in the dark. But in any case, swap Energon Mace on and off. Okay. What I thought was pretty cool. I was like, oh, it's like $13, $12. Like, all right, I'll get it. When I went to the register, it was marked down to $9.99. I'm like, $10? Perfect. So then I'd also picked up the He-Man figure. I said, fuck it. If I get it, he's his Optimus Prime with Optimus Prime armor. I thought that's pretty cool. And he was not marked for clearance. He was not marked down. And he was also $9.99. So I was like, oh, that's even better. So wonder what the other two figures are. Well, I had picked up this one, which is the Starscream armor Scareglow figure. Yes, he does glow in the dark. And of course, the Starscream from the Transformers. And I just love the whole, it looks like, I don't think this guy doesn't, no, Skeletor's not glow in the dark, but Scareglow does, obviously his name. And I thought this is really cool. I love the Scareglow figure. I think he's awesome. It's like, okay, he was $32.99. He was the original price. I think he's the newest. At the same time, I saw one more figure. This is the only one I saw left, which was Bumblebee Armor Man-at-Arms. And again, marked $32.99, but when I picked them up, he was only $29.99. So not too bad. These figures are expensive. I think a lot of stuff is, but these for $10, not bad. It's a decent figure. It's a good figure. It's got decent Actually, it's got good accessories and so on. The boxes are pretty cool. They will not come out of the box. I thought they were awesome. All right, so that's what I picked up. That's what I got this weekend. I apologize. I have to cut this a little bit short. I can't do a little too much more in here. I got a lot of shit I got to get done today. But I will at some point. I'm going to have to figure out how to redo this toy room of solitude. Not all of it, just some of it. I think I need some different shelves over there so I can house some things. It's getting out of control. The Empire toys, Jeeps and stuff that are boxes, they're just too much. They're big. I'm running out of room for them. So I'm going to have to rearrange some stuff and get them on another shelf and figure out where they're going to go. Plus, I have another one coming in, so it's getting a little bit crazy. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a really great weekend. Please, if you've not joined our group, The Toys We Love on Facebook, check it out. We're in our 4th month, and there's like 490 people in there as of this morning, which is cool. We didn't expect it to grow that fast. Our last room, it took like a year to get that far. It was really maybe more, but this room is going really well. We're very happy to have everyone in there. We're excited. Anyway, thanks.